So what are reflexes? Okay, reflexes, we've started to look at the fact that we know we're being reflexive. We've said that we should think about them as physical, mental, and social reflexive behaviors. But basically, if you look at reflexes according to physiology, you get two main types. You get those that are autonomic, that affect your organs, and those that are somatic, that affect your muscles. Okay, so most of the time, we're interested in the ones about our muscles. Okay, but if I say reflexes, this is kind of what jumps to mind most of the time for people. But you have so many processes that are happening in your body all the time that your brain doesn't have to give you any awareness of. It's a subconscious thing. And the type of reflexes that you get can be those associated with early development, what type of response you get, how complex the neural circuit is, and the site that the information is processed. So when you had a look at the brain, you saw all the different parts of the brain, but it can also be processed in the spinal cord. And so all of these things show how these reflexes are excessive, and we need to be able to use them to the best of our ability. So as you grow, your reflexes adapt, okay? So basically, this word adaptation means it has to modify, change, adjust, remodel, transform. And if you think about it, a lot of these words are associated with neuroplasticity. So it's a change in the way that the nervous system is interacting and integrated. So instead of thinking reflex, I want you to think reflexive. The word reflexive is quite nice because it allows you to kind of expand it into different parts of your day. Now think about this and relate it to your swimming. You get a new skill requested of you. Before someone brought this to your attention, you were unaware of it and you were unable to do it. So subconscious, non-competent, okay? Now your coach or another teammate, or you see someone do it, or there's a video on Instagram that shows somebody performing a skill. It now becomes conscious, but it doesn't mean you can do it. And then you start to move into a phase where you're consciously able to do it. So if you think about it, you are achieving it. So you've developed that skill. Now the goal is to become subconsciously competent at it. So you want to transition from the fact that you were unable to do it and not even aware that you couldn't do it, all the way to being able to do it, but not having to think about it. And I would say that a lot of athletes get stuck at this phase between conscious competent, where they can do something, but they've got to think about it, and subconscious competent. Trying to have a look at the fact that your system 2 is what you actively think about, okay? You're consciously aware of, you have to analyze. Your system 1 is the system that functions without any conscious access. It's going to happen automatically or reflexively. And so if you start to engage with system 1, which is what our brains want to do, they're looking for the most direct, easy, energy conserving, simplifying steps that it can take in order to get a task done, which can be very difficult because if your reflexive response is one that's not favorable to performance, you're going to be stepping into something that doesn't allow you to perform fully. But if your reflexive response can be shaped, which it can be through neuroplastic changes, the way you interact with your environment, the performance expectations, the stresses, your mental health, your social health, your physical health and well-being. And if you have a look at how everything integrates as one, and then you reflexively respond, that becomes really important when it comes to your performance. So take a moment to think about these concepts when you create or you do a program, okay? So your coach will give you a program, or you as a coach are designing a program, and think about how your athletes or how you as an athlete want to experience that program and not just simply perform it.